shortcuts is
a
with
lot
the
of your
command key.
shortcuts are gonna be with this command key. So I'm gonna teach you the first command key to save. That's the most important one, is to save. Always save your stuff. So Command S.
Command S
brings up the save. All right.
Okay.
That's a quick command. All right. And what do you guys want to name this project?
First day out. Oh, first day save.
First day save, Viola.
First day save. And then
Viola.
Alright. So in our save thing, it's just telling us where we're saving it at. You can bring this little button down and it'll take you to, you can actually see where you're saving at.
Tight.
The default folder is logic, and the default folder is logic right here. So see how you have all your stuff in here?
Right.
We'll save it in there with all that stuff.
Okay.
But you can make a new folder. It's important to be organized in here because you can lose files and stuff quickly.
Oh, really? I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, so just kind of keep up where you're saving stuff, create new folders and name them and stuff like that, so you can keep everything organized.
See,
so now that we saved that, we're gonna close it out. Now we're gonna use our quick key again. So Command Q is how you close it out.
Okay, Command Q.
That's how you quit. You can also do Command H to hide it if you want to do something on the desktop, and you can bring it back without closing the program.
Okay.
But so let's get started. So we're gonna open it up. And I'm just gonna open it.
Open Logic again.
Now, when you open up Logic, it usually brings up your last program.
Right.
Your last. So we'll close him out, and we're gonna do a new project. All right, empty slate. So when you're making beats, you can do what I do is I do one of two ways. I either use MIDI. So that's why you need this little keyboard.
Little MIDI.
Yeah, that controls the sounds inside the computer, or you can use an external, like my beat machine that I usually.
Right.
You can use that, but you would have to hook up to this right here.
Okay.
All right. So there's a way you set it up, but you don't have that, so we won't go there. We're gonna use it like this. All right?
MIDI.
So since we're using MIDI, we're gonna use software instruments.
Software instruments.
So you create one of those. All right. The default one is gonna be this electric piano that they have here. All right. So let's see, since you plug this all up, let's see if it is. So you're already good to go. You're already ready.
Okay.
All right. So what you want to do, what I like to do is I pick my tempo first. All right. Up here at the top is all your controls and stuff. All right. So if you click this, I don't like to have this open. So I close that and I close that out. I don't like to have that. That's not really too important. What is important though, remember we got our shortcuts down here. So X is the mixer. That's very important. You want to
X is the mixer.
X is the mixer. Okay, that's the most probably the most important thing because that's how you get to everything. All right.
You take it notes too, Vi?
So X, you can it's not that hard. You can remember too. But so X is the mixer. All right, and so there's our piano that we have. So you click on them.
How'd you go to that?
So what you did is you just click on them.
Click on them.
You click on the middle part. Don't click on this. Don't click on this. Just click in between it, and it'll bring that up for you. All right. Now you're looking at the instrument. Now this is the software instrument that we're using as opposed to a real keyboard in front of us. All right.
Okay.
And that's what this is. So, but back to what I was saying though. So you got the mixer, right? That's very important. And then what I do when I get started on a beat is this is your controls up here too. So this first one, what you want to do inside of here is have help on. Let me see where it's at. I think it's right here. This question mark right here. All right. Have help on because you guys are new, and it'll always have something that explains each thing. All right.
Okay.
So keep that on when you're beginning, so you can always look and see what everything is. Once you hover over it like this, it'll give you a quick explanation of what that is. So this is cycle, tuner. The most important thing is this click right here. That's your metronome.
Yeah, the metronome. She don't like that.
I know. It always comes on.
When she's rapping, she gotta cut it off. I'll be like, my bad.
Did you figure out how to cut it off?
Yeah, I know how to cut it. Just press on it.
Exactly. So, okay, that's your metronome. That's important because before I start a beat, I choose a tempo. All right. So, just to give you an idea about tempo, Dr. Dre's beats are usually around 95 to 100 BPMs, beats per minute, okay? That's how fast the metronome is going. Yeah, exactly. So let's listen to 100 BPMs. Rolling down the street.
Living on gin and juice.
Amen.
My money,
So people got that.
Okay, so that's how that goes.
And then if you go a little lower, this is more like hip hoppy right here. This is like this is like it. So you just pick the tempo that you like. Now 80 is more South records. The lower you go, now you're drifting into like R&B. All right. But I'm gonna teach you all a trick right now off the bat. Double that up. So let's just say you want to be at 100. You want to do like a Cali beat. Double it up to 2. And now I'm gonna teach you about your loop. All right, because that's the next very important thing. So once you choose your tempo, all right, and you can hear your tempo by turning on the metronome. All right, so now you're gonna hear it go a little faster. I want you to double it because I'll tell you why later. But anyways, here's what it sounds like doubled. See how it's twice it's twice what it was. So you're hearing more of the beeps. I'll tell you why that's important later. So right now, the next thing you want to do is get your loop ready. This right here is this is how many bars it is and stuff. This is how you count your bars. This is like everything that has to do with the bars and stuff, okay? So what I like to do is I like to keep 4 bars, right? That's what we usually go by, right? When we're rapping and we go 4 bars. So if you want to
4 bars equals 1.
4 bars equals like one whole thing,
bar.
Right?
Right.
So this is your zoom over here. A lot of times I'll zoom in, all right, and get close so I can see what I'm doing over here. So you guys can see what I'm doing. You see how it's not yellow?
Right.
What you want to do is just click it. Or if you can't click it, click and drag, and it'll drag how far you want your loop to be. This is going to loop it. So I'll show you what I mean by loop. See how it just goes back?
Right, yeah.
So when you're making a beat, you want to get 1 bar in there. So that's 1 bar. So it's going to go to 5 and it's going to loop. I like to stay right there. Then it'll loop. Now you can work on the beginning of your beat now, all right? You got your tempo, you got the clicker. We're going to turn the clicker off. And then we have your instrument over here, all right? So now let's move to this mixer part now, all right? We got the basics down up there. So we're going to click on the instrument. I'm going to choose a different instrument because I want to show you guys how simple it actually is to really make a beat on here. So we're going to go to Ultra Beat, all right? Ultra Beat. All right, this is one of my favorites. I didn't know about this when I first started.
Look at how that's dope.
Look, doesn't it look cool? So if I was really gonna teach somebody how to make beats, I would probably have them make it on Fruity Loops. All right, Fruity Loops, because this is how exactly what Fruity Loops looks like. All right?
Oh, really?
This is actually exactly what it is. See how the thing goes?
Yeah.
That's exactly what. This is like
I seen somebody do something with Fruity Loops.
This is like a mini Fruity Loop. So over here.
Oh, they got that in Logic?
Exactly.
Oh, that's hard.
Exactly.
So I already got that program. I've been had that.
It's not Fruity Loops, but this is Ultra Beat. It's its own version of it, all right? So in here, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do. So all along here is like a piano, and these are all sounds. Okay, and you can play those sounds with your thing over here. So that's how you're gonna be making beats. Look, you got your. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna choose some sounds. All right. I'm gonna show you how to load this thing up and get it ready to make the beats. All right. So you go to the first one down here at the bottom is what I usually do.
Kick.
And you can rename this if you want. Let's just say you're gonna put a hi-hat here. We'll name it hi-hat. You can, so that way you can keep everything organized, all right? But let's go with a kick. We'll name it kick. So I clicked on it. This funky stuff comes up. What I like to do is turn all of this off because I'm gonna use a sample. I usually use a sample, and by the next time we meet, I'll give you a drum kit that I use for all my beats.
Okay.
It's kind of like our signature drum kit thing.
Okay.
I'll get that to you so you can load all your drums from there too.
Oh, thanks.
It's got like Metro Boomin's kick in it. It's got like
Metro Boomin.
TM88, all the cool producers. It got all the trap stuff in it. So it has amazing sounds. You're gonna love it. All right, I'll give you that because you're gonna choose your own sound. So I turned all of that stuff off. I know it's gonna be kind of hard to remember this, but just turn all that stuff off. All right. Turn it all off. This is all effects. These are effects. Just turn all those effects off. Come down here and turn this on. Because you're going to go to sample right here at the bottom. Alright? So now that we got it in sample mode, we're going to go ahead and click the load sample over here. And we're going to load the sample up. Alright? So Logic comes with built-in sounds. Alright? That's where it's going to default you to. Let's just use some of them. Let's hear what they sound. They're actually really good sounding sounds. So what I like to do to preview a sound is I'll click on which folder I want to look in. Let's look at the 808s. And I'll click the sound and I'll press play. All right. And now I heard.
You press play on what?
Press play down here.
Okay.
All right. And usually I press it one time. All right. So let's try it again. I'll click one and hold on. I'll stop it so you can see where I press play at.
Okay.
So
I see it.
808. I clicked one of the sounds and I pressed play.
Okay.
All right, now from here, you can use your keyboard and just keep going down to cycle through the sound. You know.
Oh, no, just play it.
And it'll play by itself. Alright, so let's choose a kick. Kind of like that one. That's a good kick. Alright, so we chose our sample now, right? We turned everything off, and we went down here, turned on sample, and we loaded up our sample. So now I'm going to go to the next one, and I'm going to load up. I'm going to get this one. You know, here's a shortcut too. You ready? So this Alt button right here is important for shortcut too. So you press
Which one?
This Alt button.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's right next to this one. This is a very important key for Logic because this is how you duplicate stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate what we just made, and I'm gonna drag. So you press the button, press this button down.
Okay.
You get your mouse and you drag this what we just made up here to the next one. See how I just copied it over?
Right.
So now we got 2 kicks. I'm gonna rename this snare though, but what it did was just I don't have to turn that off now. I don't have to turn it off because I just copied the same settings and threw it up there. So it's important to do the shortcuts because it's gonna make your workflow a lot easier when you're like get deep into making beats. Shortcuts are better, you know. So that's all I did was a shortcut right now. And now I'm gonna go in. Since I copied it, it's gonna be the same 808. I don't want that there. I don't want 2 808s. I'm gonna change this to a clap. Let's find a clap in here. Let's see what we got. So we'll click it. We'll press play. And we'll cycle through for a clap. That's a snare. So I'll keep looking. And once you got your keyboard, you can like go in and out. See how I'm going in and out of the folders like
Yeah.
And so that's cool to have, you know. Like I said, shortcuts are always easy. Let's see if I hear something cool. That's a clap, but it's not really punchy how I want it. And just be like when you're looking for your sounds, just try and match them up. You know, you're being creative right now. You're listening and seeing what sounds good with it, and you can always change it later. Let's just do this now right now. So since we're just trying to move along, so we're gonna. So this is kind of important too, because sometimes it will affect how it sounds. The envelope actually does affect how the sound comes out. So you have your attack and you have your delay. I don't know if you guys heard those terms before.
Yes.
But you're gonna hear that. You're gonna see that a lot when you're making beats. Attack and delay. All right. Attack is like how soon the sound is coming at you, and the release or the decay is how soon it's going away.
Right.
All right. It's still confusing for a lot of us, so don't even worry about that right now. But anyways, sometimes you do have to drag this out and kind of like drag this out and fill it out. All right, so keep that in mind. Sometimes you do have to drag that out and fill that out because it'll affect how your sound comes out.
Okay.
Right? So now we got a kick and snare. Now this is the easy part. Let's just say